Coach Joel Jones, head basketball coach of the Sylacauga Aggies, joins us for a few minutes this morning. 2 years in a row, Sylacauga in the Final Four in the championship game at Legacy Arena in Class 5A basketball. And anything that could go wrong went wrong on Saturday morning, Coach. Good morning.
Good morning. You're right. You couldn't have said it better. We know the high school's a great basketball team. I think they waited for the last game. They played their best game of the season.
Yeah.
They really looked unstoppable, like a superhuman basketball, 5A high school basketball team. And we looked quite the opposite. We played quite the opposite.
You can't shoot 19% and win any games.
You cannot. This is my observation, and I have the right to make this observation. First, the negativity entered our mind, the way the game was flowing.
Yeah.
And it went from our mind to our heart. And anytime the heart gives a command, the body must obey. And we quit. Our heart said, quit. You can't do it. Now, with that being said, this group of young men that I've had the opportunity to coach, I would take them anywhere in the world and be happy to be a part of who they are. It just happened. It happened that morning. There's no other way I can put it. I called timeouts. I talked to them. Let's say, your guy's running the floor. He's getting layups. Where are you? If your guy's running, you have to run. No matter how I said it, it did not happen that.
So, at halftime, you're behind a pretty wide margin at halftime. How do you try to talk to your kids in 10 minutes and kind of get their mind back in the game?
I'm gonna give you a scenario that I gave them, and it's just about life itself. I said, if you're laying on your back and somebody is straddling you and they are pounding you in the face, you have one or two options. You can lay there and allow them to destroy you, or you can fight with all your might to get out from underneath them. And you know, that's a challenge to our young men. And we went out the third quarter, and we laid there, and they continued to pound us.
You finished with an outstanding season. I got, what, 3 losses on the entire year,
Yes,
is that right?
Yes, even with the pounding on Saturday.
Yeah. But from way back when you first started, and it won't be long, you'll be starting again for next season. Walk us through, and you had 5 seniors playing out there. They'd been there before. But I'm telling you, sometimes it just seemed like it wasn't meant to be, and I guess Saturday was one of those days.
It was. To be honest, I think the kids felt really good about their chances of winning that game on Saturday, and so did I. I bumped into the coach a couple times in the at the Sheraton Hotel, and it's a perfect gentleman. We shook hands every time. Coach, good to see you. How are you? We'll see you in the morning, or see you after a while on the floor. And you know, these young men our young guys have fought. They have played. They have practiced. They've given it their all from the time from July up until the first game of the season in November. Football players came over in November. They made a very smooth transition from football to basketball, and the heavy workload that we took on every day at practice, it paid dividends. But, you know, we got to that point. Hey, you know, you look at last season, getting to the Final Four, and you know the grind that it takes. You know the work that it takes. You know the time.
It's hard to get back to a Final Four.
It's hard, and these guys made it happen. We could have got tripped up area tournament and not have had the opportunity to play in the final game of this season. 64 teams in 5A level of high school basketball. You're one of 2 still playing. That's quite an accomplishment. And our guys, man, they're winners. We are winners. Sometimes even if you're not a winner, you don't get you got a blue map and you have a red map. Sometimes if you don't get the blue map, you're still a winner. Mm-hmm. And these young men have staked that claim 2 years in a row. We're not just so overjoyed with bringing that red map home, because we're disappointed we didn't get the blue. But it is what it is. You have to take ownership. And let me say this real quick. This city, again, mm-hmm. that I love so much, mm-hmm. that I talk about, I can't say enough about how much support that comes from all directions. You would not believe it. Support. They want to support you financially. They want to support you any way possibly. And the thing,
even in defeat, it's still there.
They are there. And I say, I want to say this to the viewers, to whoever sees this. I apologize for our team performance on Saturday. But we have to own that. Our basketball players, our coaching staff have to own mm-hmm. that. And I'm going to give you guys something that I don't have to. That's a state record in terms of the most marginal loss of the season. Now, I don't have to say that right here on this platform, but as a man,
it's true.
It's true, and you can't run from it. But we have several other records that this team set in terms of the history mm-hmm. of Sylacauga basketball. 2015 was the best record historically of a Sylacauga Aggie basketball team. Will Copeland State Championship, I was an assistant on that team, and we set a record for the most wins in the history of Sylacauga basketball, which was 30, and I think we lost 5 or 6. And last year's team broke that record. They won 30 games mm-hmm. and only lost 4. And lo and behold, this year's team come back and reset that record with a record of 30 wins and 3 losses. Now, with that being said, all the bad things that came out of Saturday's games, this team will be in that record book until somebody comes along. And I'm rooting for a team. Next year's
we
team.
don't want to be by ourselves.
I'm rooting for one of our basketball teams to break that record. Yeah. So we're in a great place.
Coach, talk about these seniors that have played their last game at Sylacauga High School.
People don't know all the emotions that go on in terms of a good basketball program, of a championship level basketball sports program. Before that game, and I started it out, I couldn't do a pregame without getting emotional. Mm-hmm. And I asked one of my assistant coaches to step in until I could gather myself, pull myself together. Mm-hmm. And he did. Like they do everything else that needs to be done. Skylar Patterson, great assistant. Chris Twyman, great assistant. Happy to be affiliated with those guys in terms of Sylacauga Aggie basketball. When I finally got myself together, we talked and talked to them about basketball from that point, where they're at, what we need to do, the approach we need to take, and we walked out the locker room and into the tunnel. I don't think it was a dry eye in that on our basketball team.
Close group, huh?
Yes, and I was loving it. And I said, these guys are ready. They don't want to lose. They don't want to go home without that blue map. And from the point that we started our warm-up process, they looked good. And we even drew first blood in that game. We had a 3-pointer and a little fist bump and a pump. And, from that point, we known to just dominated
us. Were they the better team, Coach?
Yeah, they were that day. They were, no doubt. They were that day. Because I feel like we could play with that team. And I think that team against us all over again, it would not be a 61 point.
You probably wouldn't shoot 19% from the floor.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah. So just love them. Seniors, Josh Spear, great kid, played his heart out, was heartbroken, torn down. Eric O'Neal was broken. CJ Franklin made every tournament team this year. Corbin Patterson came on late, played outstanding basketball later in the season. Tristan Westone, most improved player. Trey Wright, is a great kid. He'll sit, and he'll be okay. His attitude is great until you call his name. He goes out. He don't go out and pout. He goes out and play. Kinston 3, 6-man. Sometime he started, sometime he didn't, but he went. When you call his number, he was ready to play. And that pretty much summarizes our 7 seniors of this basketball team.
Before we go this morning, and a lot of people will say, well, they got to beat 61 points.
Yeah, we did.
But that's not the entire story. That's a chapter in the story. Mm-hmm. But Sylacauga basketball has been there the last 2 years in the championship game, and it wasn't just happenstance. These kids worked hard, the coaches worked hard to get them there. Had to have some breaks, yes, but the beat goes on. You continue looking to next year.
Yeah, you do. You know, it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And that's an old song by Boys to Men. And it's a true song. I've been just, man, overwhelmed with emotion. Yeah. And I'm an old man, tough old man, I think. I know those kids are hurting, but we got to move on.
Yeah.
We got to move on. And we had, I think we had 6 juniors, and they had a chance to be a part of those practices. They had a chance to watch those kids function, watch them operate. They competed against them in practice every day, and they wanted to play this year.
Yeah.
And so that's a good sign in terms of next year. And my first thing with those guys is, my first thing I'm gonna say to them in a serious manner is, it's your time. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna get away from basketball for the next 2 weeks. I don't even know if I'll watch collegiate basketball or NBA. Just get completely away, and after about 2 weeks, we'll come back together.
Recharge.
Start it all over again.
Yeah. Before we say goodbye for this season, I know you want to thank all the fans who just so gracious in so many ways this season for this Aggie club.
Yes, as I said a little bit earlier, I apologize for our performance, and couldn't have a greater supporting cast than the people of Sylacauga. I'm telling you, some has been there from day one. Shout out to my wife. She's Miss Valencia Jones has earned her keeps. She's wearing a pin now. Our FBLA has made a pin calling her the Aggie Queen. She's the Aggie Queen. But other than her, the entire city was buzzing about Sylacauga basketball. Now, you're gonna have some that don't quite understand how could you lose that bad, and they may say something that's not real classy. But for the most part, this fan base, first class.
Absolutely.
Love them.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. We'll do it again next year.
Thank you.
Coach Joel Jones, head basketball coach of the Sylacauga Aggies, our guest. We've got more to do on Daybreak right after this.
Yes.